Hello everyone, welcome back to our series on how to make a website. Now this is part 4, so we're going to be actually getting into Adobe Dreamweaver, meaning that we're going to be opening it up, kind of touring around a bit in it, and setting up a site. So if you don't have it yet, or maybe you're going to get it, pause this video or close it or whatever, and head over to adobe.com and get it, because it's free for the first 30 days. You can download a 30-day trial, and then after the 30 days goes off, you'll have to get a license. But anyways, if you do have that already, then good for you. Let's get started. Now we're going to actually open it up. So open up Adobe Dreamweaver. Since this is your first time here, actually I'll hide my dock for you. Since this is the first time you've probably actually ever opened up Dreamweaver for some of you, it might look a little bit different from mine. I kind of rearranged mine so that I, just for the ease of access on certain tools. Now, I'm going to show you around Dreamweaver just a little bit, and then we're going to be actually going in and creating a website. Now, there are a few basic panels here in Dreamweaver. You have your insert panel here, which this insert panel may be over on your right hand side. But anyways, the first thing when you get Dreamweaver and open it up, you have your welcome screen. Okay. Now you have your open recent items, which you should have nothing in here if you're new to Dreamweaver, and then your other column, which is a create new document, which you can create a new HTML, Cold Fusion, PHP, etc., etc. Now you have your top features, which is your videos. It allows you to view videos on the Adobe website on how to get started and stuff like that. And then also you have your text documents on how getting started, new features, resources, and so on and so forth. You also have the little news box here, which randomly pops up with news whenever you open up Dreamweaver. As of right now, it's telling me that I should upgrade to Dreamweaver CS 5.5, but as of right now, I'm not going to be doing that. So, depending on your version of Dreamweaver, I have Dreamweaver CS5, but usually depending on your Dreamweaver, you may have it arranged, of course, differently. But usually their default opening, sorry guys, but anyways, their default opening is everything on the right hand side of your program. Now I have of course rearranged, as I said, but if you don't have, as you can see here, I'll close all mine. I closed all mine, and I'm actually going to run you through these tabs. You have your Adobe Browser Lab, which pretty much takes your site and makes sure that everything is working properly, compatible with all browsers. Then you have your CSS styles, AP elements, and tag inspector. Sorry guys. And we're actually going to be working with the CSS style palette in our tutorials, so make sure you have that. Then we have our database, bindings, and server behaviors. Alright? And of course, one of the most efficient and most frequently used palette ever that I've known is your files and your assets. Alright? And the files kind of keeps your local files all in a good tree view order, so that you can quickly access and view any of these files or folders. Now in the assets, you have everything from your website. It shows all your images, colors, which is very nice, all your URLs, which maybe if you want to get a URL, you can just drag it in there. Your Flash documents, or your SWF files, which is all your Flash videos, Shockwave videos, your movies, your scripts, which I have a few of them here, all my JavaScript, your templates, and just a quick library. Now in your files panel, or your files palette, you have exactly all of your you have all of your files on your folder site, your root folder of your site, as I was saying, But you also have the option to change through your multiple sites, alright? You can even come up to your computer, your Macintosh, or your hard drive here, but I'm going to keep here my Dreamweaver Tuts version 2. Now you also have some other options here. You can connect to a remote server using FTP, local access, all those. You have your refresh, so if you add some files in here, you can quickly refresh, and it refreshes, make sure everything is in there. Then these two buttons here is your download or get files from the server and upload files to the server. And this is to check out files and make sure everything's there. This is to check in, this is to refresh or synchronize, and then this is expand, which if you expand it, you get kind of a bigger palette there. So also you might have this. Actually, I'll just open up a new HTML real fast. And as you can see, this out here at the very top, I have my insert tab. It might have been moved. You might have yours just a little. Let's see if I can actually move it. Oh, there it goes. You might actually have yours over here. So maybe under. Alright, you might have yours here. So you can go through with a drop down menu, but I prefer mine actually right up here. Kind of giving it the old Micromedia 8 view. And just because of the ease of access. So actually I have in the common you can add insert any hyperlink, email, link, anchor, or named anchor, sorry, horizontal rule, table, div tag, your images and media, or yeah, images and then your media, widgets, date, and so on, all the way. Yeah, just a whole bunch of options just in the common. And then you have your layout, including spry, forms, everything you need for your forms, data if you are working with your what is that called? If you're working with a lot of server stuff, is usually use data, and maybe your SQL. A lot of this uses SQL, so I usually don't use a lot of data. But yeah, you have your spry, your in context, and I really don't use very much of these, but this is used for your templates. And then your text, a whole bunch of different text fonts and everything. Then your favorites, which you can keep all your favorites in this. I don't have any because I just kind of like looking through. But yeah, there is all your options and tools. If you really want, you can come up into the very top, and there's designer. Drop that down. You can have a whole bunch of different preset or organizated. If I come into Coder, automatically puts into code view, so I can easily use Coder. But I like designer here. All right. Now on the page screen, so when you open up a new document like I did, you have your little tab naming the screen, or your sorry, what am I thinking? Your document title here, and then you can even add the title of what people will view in the tab in the window top, and then of course your address, live view, inspect. We're gonna get all into this later, but let's focus on how to use or how to get up and manage and add a new site. But before I start that, I'm going to just give you a little overview of the Properties tab. Now the Properties tab, if you ever click on something, you always have properties to that, okay? You got all this properties like linking, class, page properties, all this stuff. You even have HTML, CSS. But we're also going to be using that later, so I'm not really going to get into that. But yeah, let's start up and create a new site. So let me just close that. I won't be needing it. If you come up into the very top with your menu bar here and click Site, New Site, okay? Site, New Site. With Windows, you might get a little different dialog pop up where you just keep on hitting next, next, next. But Mac, it's just a little different. Now here it's going to tell you what you're going to call your site and where is the folder. Alright, I'm just going to name this how or build series. Alright, DWTUT build series, and then you're going to specify where the folder is, where everything goes in it. I'm going to just browse for folder. As you can see, I kind of have a few of them. I'm just going to make a new folder, call this series building, or just series build. Alright, create. Now, as you can see, it automatically puts me in there. I'm just going to hit choose. Alright, now that's done. I'm going to come down. If you're on Windows, hit next. But I'm just going to drop down the servers here. And it's going to ask me if I want to set up a server. As of right now, no, I won't. Version control, keep this at none. Okay. Then you have your advanced settings. Alright. Default image folder. Let's just go ahead and specify this. I'm going to again choose for an image folder, and I'm going to create a new image folder inside my series build folder. New folder. I'm going to just name this images with no capitals. Create, and then again choose. Alright, links relative to document or site root. I'm just going to keep that document. Keep all this empty. Cloaking. Keep that how it is. Design notes. Keep that as. I think we're going to just keep all this. If you want, you can change where your spry is going to save as, but I'm going to keep mine in build series spry assets. Alright, save. And if you noticed, in your files panel, you have it automatically switched to DWTUT build series. Alright, and you have it shows you an overview in tree view of what you have. As you can see, we have nothing there. But I'm going to create a new HTML. Alright, so if you click on the very top folder, right click, new file, we're going to name this index. No capitalization there, index.html. Then we're also going to create a new folder. Alright, new folder. We're going to name this CSS. So we will be working with CSS in these tutorials or upcoming tutorials. I'm going to keep it very simple so you guys will completely understand. The reason why I want to work with CSS is because it's faster. The web pages load much faster. It's easier to customize and so on and so forth, but I will explain more in the next tutorials. Alright, now click your CSS folder. Alright, again, right click, new file. Alright, we're going to name this style. Alright, no capitalization. Instead of .html, we want .css, okay? Alright, so we just created a style.css file right there. Now, that's all we're going to be doing in this tutorial. We're just going to be setting up a site, and I went over Dreamweaver. So in the next tutorial, we're going to be working on getting our header and our footer into our index 8.html and modifying with the CSS. So come back next time, guys. If you want, you guys probably could have skipped this entire video if you already knew how to use Dreamweaver and already set up, but this is for all the people who are kind of following me along, getting used to this Dreamweaver experience. So I kind of just put this in as number 4. So thank you guys for watching. Check out my website. It is October 10th, so I will be uploading DWTUT version 2 as our default domain name, so check that out. It's going to be really awesome. I'm going to have a whole bunch of offers, like 50% off coupons, all that. It's going to be really awesome, just a blast. So check that out. Yeah, I think that's it. So check back with me on tutorial number 5, and as always, visit the website.